Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to jump into this today because we are tackling one of the most frustrating, universal struggles literally all of us face. We've all been there, haven't we? You map out this grand plan for yourself. Maybe it's waking up at the crack of dawn for a passion project, or finally sticking to a strict budget, or, choosing a salad over a giant plate of fries. But then, in the exact moment of decision, boom, all that ambition just vanishes, and you choose the easy, comfortable route instead. It's the classic age-old battle, what we desperately want right now versus what we truly want for our future. Well, today, we're breaking down some absolutely fascinating research that explains exactly why this happens. It's all about something called the future self illusion.
So, why does today's comfort literally always win? Seriously, take a second and think about your own life. Why do we constantly self-sabotage our big, long-term goals just for a fleeting moment of short-term relief? I mean, we're smart, rational people. We know saving money is a good idea. We know delaying gratification pays off. But man, when that alarm goes off at 6 a.m., hitting the snooze button and staying wrapped up in a warm blanket feels absolutely necessary. We beat ourselves up over it, right? We call ourselves lazy or undisciplined. But what if the problem isn't your willpower at all? What if there's actually something hardwired into our biology that makes immediate comfort almost impossible to resist?
Okay, let's dive into this a bit. On one side of the ring, you've got immediate comfort. It's tangible, it's right there, you can feel it right now. It's the taste of the dessert, the warmth of the bed, that instant dopamine hit of buying something new online. It demands absolutely zero waiting. On the flip side, we have long-term benefits. These are the incredible, life-changing rewards, future success, financial freedom, mastering a complex skill. But they're distant, they're super abstract. They live in a future that literally hasn't happened yet. This battle pretty much defines the entire trajectory of our lives. And as you'll see from the research we're unpacking today, this is not a fair fight. The deck is heavily stacked in favor of immediate comfort, and the reason why is just mind-blowing.
Section 1. The neurological culprit. Unmasking the illusion.
So we really need to transition away from viewing this as just a simple behavioral flaw. Instead, let's formally define what's really happening here. The future self illusion. This is a neurological phenomenon where your brain basically fails to connect your current actions to future outcomes, and it all comes down to identity processing. It turns out your inability to sacrifice for the future isn't some glitch in your logic, it's a glitch in how your brain understands who you actually are. Logically, sure, we know action A leads to outcome B, but neurologically, that connection is completely severed because your brain doesn't see the person experiencing the outcome as being the same person taking the action today.
So, here is the absolutely crucial point. Your brain literally treats your future self like a completely different person. Just let that sink in for a second. When you close your eyes and picture yourself 5 years from now, or honestly even just 5 months from now, reaping the rewards of all your hard work, your brain fundamentally disconnects from who you will become. Intellectually, yeah, you know it's you. But on a neurological level, your brain is firing in the exact same way it would if you were thinking about a random neighbor, a celebrity, or some total stranger on the street. It's a massive, mind-bending reveal that totally changes how we need to approach our goals.
Section 2. A stranger in your brain. The disconnect.
Let's actually break down the mechanics of this illusion step by step, just to see how it works under the hood. First, your brain processes your present identity. This is the you right here, right now, listening to this explainer. Your brain is intimately connected to your current fatigue, your current needs, your current cravings. Second, your brain perceives a future identity, the you of tomorrow or next year. And finally, and this is the tragic part, the brain categorizes that future identity as a totally different person. It literally files the concept of future you into a completely different neurological folder than present you. The focus of the research highlights this exact disconnect. The brain is essentially splitting your timeline into two distinct entities, and they do not share the same neurological empathy.
And this brilliantly illustrates the profound wording from the research itself. Quote, "The brain treats our future self like a different person." That's not just a clever metaphor. That is an operational reality of human biology. Think about it. If your future self is categorized as a different person, then any effort you're putting in today, it doesn't actually feel like it's for you. It feels like a massive favor you're doing for somebody else. And humans, while we are definitely capable of great generosity, we are fundamentally wired for self-preservation in the immediate present.
Section 3. The struggle to sacrifice. The cost of the illusion.
Let's move to the practical side of things and see how this builds. What's the actual cost of this illusion? Well, here's the step-by-step map of why sacrificing immediate comfort for long-term benefits is biologically rigged against us. Step 1. Your big goal requires sacrificing current comfort. You got to endorse some friction, some pain, or some deprivation right now. Step 2, your brain analyzes the situation and assigns the ultimate benefit of that sacrifice to a stranger, your future self. And step 3 is the totally inevitable conclusion. Your brain, acting as this hyper-efficient, comfort-seeking machine, chooses immediate comfort for the present self. Actually, scratch that. Why would the present version of you volunteer to suffer for someone your brain doesn't even recognize as you? It explains so much about our daily behavior, doesn't it?
This right here is our ultimate psychological dilemma. Whenever you're faced with a choice between what is easy right now and what is right for your goals, your brain isn't weighing comfort today versus a better life for me tomorrow. Nope. Secretly, it is weighing comfort for yourself against a sacrifice for a stranger. Giving something up today neurologically feels like handing a gift to someone you don't even know, while you yourself are left totally empty-handed in the present moment. Honestly, no wonder today's comfort always wins. You aren't just fighting laziness, you're fighting a fundamental biological illusion of identity created by your own mind.
So, I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought. If your future self is quite literally perceived as a stranger by your brain, how are you going to choose to treat them today? Just knowing about this illusion is the very first step to dismantling it. If you know your brain is biased against this stranger, what active steps can you take to bridge that gap? How can you introduce yourself to the person you are going to become so that when the hard choice arises, you aren't sacrificing for a stranger, but investing in a friend? It really changes the way you look at a simple decision, doesn't it? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Take this knowledge, challenge that illusion, and I'll see you next time.